Okay, so welcome you all to the open mic, the first session. And I'm Annette Tarpley, the founder. And so happy to have you all here. And we'll start this. Everyone needs to keep, muted until I call on you. The first time I call on you, if you would please go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you. You can give just like a short bio and then recite your first poem after that. And then I also have a little thing I want to do, and that is this. I'm going to ask you all questions. I have these cards. It's called Icebreaker. Some random questions. So I've got a bunch of cards I pulled. So the first one that I'm going to call on is Annette Phillip. If you would unmute yourself and introduce yourself. And the question I want to ask you, Annette, you can start off with answering the question first, is what one accomplishment are you most proud of?
Yeah, the one most accomplishment I'm proud of is that I became an author 2 years ago. So apart from being a poet, I'm a children's writer as well. And that is huge for me because since I was a little girl, I love to read and write. And know that there's so many opportunities opened up for us with self-publishing, Amazon. I'm able to make my dream come true of becoming a published author. And I have a children's book. It's 3-part series, and presently we're doing the second book. And I also wrote my first novel. It's a YA novel, 18 to 25, and this one wasn't really huge because I never thought I could write even 20,000 words, much as 80-something thousand words. So,
well, congratulations on that. And then if you just want to tell a bit about yourself and where you're from and so forth.
Yeah, so I'm originally from the Caribbean island of Dominica, not Dominican Republic. Dominica, it's between, it's in the Eastern Caribbean. It's between two French islands, Guadeloupe and Martinique. It's very small, but not one of the smallest ones. I've been in this country for almost 20 years. All my family migrated to the US. So, but I live alone in New York City, but family members and close friends are nearby. So I live in Queens. I've been living in Queens for like 11 years almost, and I love it. And I love writing poetry. Poetry actually was my first love before I became an author, writer. So I love poetry, and I'm glad to be here.
Would please recite your first poem? That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. So this one I wrote, it's called What If I Were a Butterfly? Butterfly is one of my favorite creatures, insects. And I just one day was just wondering, what if I were a butterfly? I was like, oh, I'm going to write a poem about that. So I did. So here goes. What if I were a butterfly, a creature known for its magnificent beauty? Would I be a shallow and self-centered butterfly? For beauty can be a thing of wonder, but can also lead to shattered wings of broken pride. Oh, I would be one of true beauty and strut my wings as I fly the friendly sky. Put all pride aside and feel the freedom I always hoped for inside. The assortment of wondrous colors that is the butterfly, of which I would become. Discrimination would not be an issue, for I would flaunt all colors known to humanity. How can my butterfly colors not be a marvel? When I also show off colors that represent the beauty of the rainbow through my winged powdered beauty, symbolizing God's promise. Oh, the magnitude of the butterfly. The great anticipation while I lie in my cocoon. Time is of the essence. Yes, it might feel like forever in there, but the vision of what my metamorphosis will be like makes waiting more precious than gold. While in the cocoon of hope, I dream of the flight I will take soaring in God's beautiful cloud-filled sky. My dreams were realized, the dream of being a butterfly, a creature of great wonder and mystery. What if I were a butterfly? That's my deepened thoughts. I would fly to paths unknown, make friends with the birds and the bees, talk about the mysteriousness of what it is to be a winged creature and the wonders it brings. Experience freedom on a whole other level. No cares, no worries. I wake up and wonder what awaits me out there, what unexpected adventures I will be a part of today. I can't wait anymore. as I soar through the clear blue sky, the majestic creature that is me. Oh, what if I were a butterfly? That's it.
That was beautiful.
Thank
Loved it.
you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And next up, if you want to go ahead and mute, and then next up is this dear Muhsine, if you want to go ahead and grace us with your lovely presence. Oh, I'm sorry. This is your question. What's something about you that surprises people when they first hear it?
Well, I would like to say that it is my age. But not so many people, because some people know that how old I am. Actually, what surprises people about me, that although I look like an outstanding person, but actually I'm a very shy and introverted person. And I have been living for 2 years in this house without going out, and it surprised everybody. They thought that I was very outgoing person. So it seems that I am actually really introverted person. Well, I am a Turkish poet and a writer from Bursa, Turkey. My first poetry book was published in 1992. I am a staunch advocate of the women rights in the frame of human rights. And okay, I suppose Faisal's phone is.
He needs to mute.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I have poetry books and 2 novels, essays, and short stories. And here and there, I translate some of my friends' poems to Turkish. And I always organize poetry readings in my city. And I am one of the persons who helped to establish the World's Poetry Day, which was initiated from Turkey by Tarık Günersel and Gülsel İnal. So I always organize some poetry events. And I joined POP because through Annette. Thank you, Annette. And being with you all, great poet friends and poetess friends from the world. It's a great, happy event today. So here's my first poem. Its title is A Play. Love is a play, 2 people play. That's what fairy tales say. Cultures dictate a certain way. Like at a ball, a mask partners wear, no referee, no judge, law doesn't interfere. It's a passion show, opponents display love and hate in juxtaposition placed. Tug of war, skills, powers are the weapons to overcome obstacles. A game others watch and interfere as if it is their affair. There is no winner or loser or both, same result in this game. Playing on a stage, they are puppets or actors in their own creation, which is called a life. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. That was lovely. I loved it.
Thank you.
Okay, so next up, I think Jill Tait is going to be joining us. She was supposed to be on another session, couldn't make it, but I sent her the link. So next up, we have Menestas.
Yes, ma'am.
And your question, this is your question.
Yes.
Your question is, what's your dream job if money didn't matter?
My dream job where money doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you could have a dream job and money didn't matter, what would you do?
That is what I am doing it right now, ma'am. That is what I am doing right, ma'am. Right now.
Good, and that would be my answer. So
Okay.
if you, go ahead and introduce yourself, dear sir, and recite your lovely poetry. Thank you.
I am Manas Das from Cuttack, Olisah, India. I am approaching 69. I am following you, ma'am. So don't worry. You are 70 and I am following you. I am 69, approaching 69. I am an entrepreneur, and since last 2 years, I have reduced my business and enjoying life right now, relaxed. I used to write stories and poems in my mother tongue since my young days. And since last 10 years, I'm writing poetry in English. I have two mother tongue storybooks printed, and one poetry collection is under process. It is a privilege to recite poems in this August gathering, where so many poets from different parts of the world have joined together. And for giving me this opportunity, I must thank you, ma'am, Annette, ma'am. I must thank you. In my poetry, my main focus is on universe and consciousness. Mostly my poems are a bit spiritual in nature. But I always try to celebrate life, celebrate love, celebrate existence in my poetry. For this session, I have prepared three very small poems because Annette had advised to make it as small as possible. So I had made three poems. The first one is for a friend, for a young friend who is fighting cancer at the moment. For her, this is the poem. And if you'll allow me, I will recite it as my first poem. The title of the poem is Be Brave. Be brave. Sometimes breathe stills under shining hot sun. Vision loses sight. Dreams germinate in the shallow soil of helplessness. Dreams germinate in the shallow soil of helplessness. O traveler, bother not, stand on the desert like a cliff and, meet all the waves, those try you to shatter you. To nothingness. O traveler, bother not, stand on the desert like a cliff and meet all the waves, those try to shatter you to nothingness. O beautiful child of God, barter not, life never ceases. It flows from a shore to another, from one shore to another. Lord within you still shall fill you with his ever blistering blissfulness. This is the first one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. Thank you for gracing us with your lovely work. I appreciate it very much. So up next we have dear Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is our young person on the panel who I dearly love. Elizabeth, if you want to unmute yourself, and oh, here's your question, by the way. This is your question. Which season fits your personality?
Okay. Um, Naturally, I think I like spring better. You know, the bloom of the flowers, the natural scenery, everything is just poetic. Let me put it that way, because in that season you can capture a lot of, the natural scenarios, and I think I like spring better. It's my favorite season. Okay, my name is Elizabeth O Ogunmodede. I am a Nigerian teen poet and an author. I started writing when I was 8 years old, and I have two books to my writing credit. The first one is titled Lessons from Grandma. It's currently being used by seventh graders in high school over here in my state. And my other book is a collection of poetry for kindergarten kids. And I have a young adult novel which is going to be out soon before the year runs out. I would like to be reading a poem titled Meeting a Poet. I emerged from the glorious August in the south of my country, in a season so cold, full of poetic license, a decade and a half ago. Though I never knew, not after a decade or so, when I blessed my paper with ink, and it was not too bad for a humble beginning. Poetry, I say, is sung like and filled with unimaginable beauty that lies deep in the poem. I adore poetry and worship literature wholeheartedly. I was born a poetess, a lover of music and books. I am called Elizabeth, and I am born to be a star. Thank you for listening.
Beautiful, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Love your
Thank
work. And I have your book, you know. Thank you, dear.
you. Thank you
Next,
so much.
you're welcome. Next up, we have Susthir. If you want to unmute yourself, sir, and I yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear you. Here is your question. Let me see. What is your guilty pleasure?
uh, thank you. Uh, Namaskar. Hello, everyone. I'm Susthir Sarker from Bangladesh. My guilty is I'm very simple and very shy. It's my guilty. On behalf of me and Bangladesh, I would like to extend my best wishes and love to all the members of the family. Uh, I am a banker, and after that, I try to write, share my thoughts, feelings, and poetry is my passion. And so far, I have already written five solo books, one from Bangladesh, and other four books from West Bengal, India, uh, this year, and I'm trying to learn uh, how to swim in the literature, and from my childhood, I I have a great passionate about the poetry and literature. Thank you. I'm going to my first poem, uh, Rhythm of Heart. Love has an invisible power to touch one's heart, though stay far from thousands of miles. When stay with me, I feel alive, but dead or inanimate otherwise. Whenever I close my eyes, I feel and see you everywhere. Make me calm and charms your smiles. All tiredness go away like feathers. The earth is like heaven, but without you, can't think a single moment. Nothing makes me pride except you. Your touch increases blood circulation. Your touch decreases deep depressions. I swear I fear darkness, but when you tied my finger, I see everything crystal clear. So please don't leave. Rhythm of heartbeat will stop forever. Thank you. Thank you.
Annette, you're muted.
That was very wonderful. Thank you. Next up, we have Mildred Par. If you would unmute yourself, please, and everyone else, make sure they're on mute. And your question is this. What is one family tradition you would like to carry on in the future?
Family tradition. Actually, there's a lot, but it's the togetherness of the family. Any tradition would do as long as we're together. You see, yesterday was my brother's birthday, and all of us are together. So there are 7 of us, but one brother is in Qatar. So whatever tradition it is, as long as we're together. That's my answer. I hope it'll do. Anyway, thank you. May I introduce first myself? I'm from the Philippines. I'm 51 years old and I've been teaching for like more than 20 years. I teach in college before, but I shift to teaching in senior high school. I teach literature, poetry, 21st century literature actually, and I also teach creative writing. So basically all about literature. So I really am so much passionate about poetry. And what else? I use soft and nano with my writing, but now I'm commonly using my name because copyrights now. And what else? I also won Golden Badge and Shakespeare Award from Motivational Strips, and I'm so proud of it because it's quite a prestige to have one. So basically those. I'm also into short story. I have my YouTube channel. So okay, I'll proceed on my poetry if you allow. Okay. So who could ever question a poet? That's my title. Who could ever question a poet? Whatever he writes is valid. Whatever he does is magic. His pen is even so didactic, but at times sensual and erotic. Who could ever question a poet? He has a privilege, poetic license. It is used whenever he transgresses. In the rule of poetry, if he cannot care any less. But first of all, he must have sense. Who could ever question a poet? His heart is pure nobility. His mind, creativity. With his desire for expressing the self to a world he embraces, he so loves. He is just a dreamer in his own little corner. So that's basically my poem. Who could question a poet? Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you, Annette, and thank you everyone for having me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mildred. That was lovely. So next up, we have Lakshmi Ajoy.
Hey, yes. Good
Um,
evening, everyone.
and your question, let me see, is would you win the lottery or live twice as long?
Could you please repeat the question? There was a disconnect.
Would you rather win the lottery? You know what a lottery is? Yeah.
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah, or live twice as long.
I would rather win a lottery and live the moment and not live twice as long because I believe that I'm living every moment of whatever life has bestowed me with. So life experience has been beautiful, and winning a lottery would be adding a cherry on top of the cake. Yeah. So thank you very much for this esteemed platform, everyone. Good evening and good day to whatever time zones you are all in. My name is Lakshmi Ajoy, and I'm from India. I'm a spiritual leader and entrepreneur. I'm a writer and poet by passion. I have always been intrigued by, inspired by nature and environment and nature and the cosmic universe around me, being a spiritual healer. And most of my written works are an extension of my life experiences in nature. Also, being a solo traveler and adventure sport enthusiast helps me explore nature even further. And that is reflected in most of my works and poetries that I write on. So if you allow me, I would love to recite the poetry for today evening. This one particularly is dedicated to my merchant navy husband, who is a captain. So this one is also a tribute to Mother Nature, the oceans. So the title of my poetry is The Mystical Ocean. Okay. Deep into the depths of the mystical oceans, I draw myself away from the parched lands into the blue ocean, in search of an adventure like a parched anguine, discovering the mysteries as a hopeful sanguine. Dark thunderbolts and clouds engulf me as I dared to set out utterly free from the adversities that surround the lands. With greater grit, resilience, and suppleness stands. The ocean in its blue iridescent sheen, resplendent and complete in its everlasting gleam, made me fail to think of the atrocities that Homo sapiens have caused with selfish viscosities. I achingly yearn for a merciful future, full of flora, fauna, and grandeur nature, as I discover the pearls of wisdom divine from the depths of the ocean that rises and shines. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the brilliant opportunity. It's a wonderful feeling to be sharing the platform with such, popular poets and writers. Absolutely honored. Thank you.
And you are amongst them. So
thank you. Thank you.
Next up, we have Evelyn, dear, if you would like to unmute yourself. And your question is, are you there, dear?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm trying.
Just an easy question for me, please.
You want an easy question? Okay, this is your question. Would you rather never read another book or never watch another movie?
Oh, that's a really nice question. You know, at my age, I'm already 62. I haven't really watched a movie that I have finished. So I would rather read than probably watch a movie. Probably in a movie house, but at home I always sleep whenever I watch a movie. So here goes. I am Maria Evelyn Quilla Soleta. I'm Evelyn for short. And I'm from the Philippines. Like Miss Mildred Par, we live quite near Manila, and Manila is the capital city of the Philippines. So right now it's 8 o'clock in the evening here, and I would like to greet each one of you, probably good morning and probably good afternoon from me, from the Philippines. So I am a mother of 4 girls. I am a grandmother of 2 girls, and these girls, they keep me inspired as I write my poetry. So I have 2 books, published books, and I write very simply. My poems are not grandeur or they're very simple, but they're witty, and probably I can say that they are inspired by uh, by my children, by my family, by my loved ones. So tonight, I would like to share with you, or I would like to read to you a poem that I wrote in 2021. So most of you know that during COVID, we wrote a lot of poetry since we couldn't do anything. We couldn't do anything. So this one, I wrote this last year, and the title is Time. So I would like to dedicate this poem to each one of you here tonight. Time delights and short-lived but happy memories. It is a condiment during reunions, warmed by hugs and kisses. Like peanut butter, it spreads in abundance, beautiful like a bride in her bouquet of roses, and in anticipation for 100 gifts. A romantic companion with Netflix on a rainy night, and at bedtime a hush of prayer sweet. Time on gloomy days weeps. It agonizes as it waits for a baby's dear spirit. It grieves on untimely deaths. It pains when a dash of salt touches a canker sore, and tears just fall without shame or guilt. Time says goodbye to long summer nights that end in a heart's deep regret. But there is something more I know than this. Time also heals. Sometimes it takes long, sometimes in just a matter of minutes. As candy to an offended child, time forgets quickly. Hurting words spoken too bad, too many. Yet, if he forgives 70 times 7, so can we. Above all else, time loves. It does not really matter how or why, but when it does, the heart rejoices. Remember that one night and the little star shone its brightest? Others call it timing. You call it love. Time is joy. Time is sadness. Time forgives. Time loves. There is nothing more I know than this. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was quite lovely. Now, next up, we have, let's see, make sure I have it right. Faisal, if I'm pronouncing your name right, Imam?
Yes, I hear you.
Can we see you too? There you are.
Yes, yes,
Thank
I
you,
am here.
sir. And your question is this. Would you rather hear the good news or the bad news first?
Uh, uh, First of all, I would like to thank you because I have been given an opportunity to be a participant in this nice platform. So again, thanks to you, ma'am. So, in fact, good news or bad news, I expect whatever news it is. So how I can just respond to that news. That is what I feel important. Thank you.
And then just tell us a little bit about you and recite your poem, please. Thank you.
Yes, I am Faisal. I am an entrepreneur. I am around 39 years of age. So, in fact, literature, what I feel uh, is something special to me. Whenever I have some time available, despite my much busyness in my professional activities, I try to read out first. And you'd be glad to know that I have three books, out of which one book it is my soul book, and two others with combination of some other poets already got published. So one book, this is under my contribution, full contribution. This is my own book. I published that one. The name of that book is Creativity. It is about poems, it is about criticism, it is about letters, it is about essays. So it is a book of so many genres, you may tell.
Great. Thank you very much. Now, if you would recite your first poem for us, that would be lovely.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to recite the name of my poem, Fortune, the Brave's Tale. I'm reciting. You accept all as you are to evolve, to see you for a beacon of a sibling to reckon, plows with your spade to a destined grade. Pain even to a pregnant bee, to feel them is to see. A birth to the earth peep, a smile unseen, though to keep a faith to live and earn, by its body to burn. God's will to a motor neuron, I breathe in and out, born. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was wonderful. Thank you for sharing with us. And next we have up my poetry husband, dear Sarfraz. You are next, my dear. If you want to unmute yourself, please.
Hi, Annette. You're right.
Huh?
Hi, Annette. It's been brilliant.
Hi, Sarfraz. Would you like to know what your question is?
Yes, please.
Okay, this is it. Would you rather be gossiped about or never talked about?
Oh, I don't know. I think in the poetry world, we like gossip. We like people to talk about our books, and we like talking. It depends what they're gossiping about, you know. So I think I like the gossip. You know, I'm everywhere. I'm on social media. I'm on YouTube. You can talk about me. I don't mind. Okay, so let me introduce myself. Um, I'm Sarfraz Ahmed. I'm from the UK. I've actually been writing for a long, long time. I actually started writing about 20 years ago, actually, to be honest. But actually, it was only 2 years ago in lockdown that I got published. And my first book, I've actually got it, was called 84 Pins, which I actually re-released this February. So I've got it there. That's it. My second book was with Annette Tarpley. Thank you, guys. Called, if I can find it, Two Hearts. There you go. So myself and Annette wrote this, and it was such an amazing experience for me to write with Annette, because I think we just really met about 6 weeks before. It was very, very quick. So that was my second book, and then I moved on to Stab the Pomegranate, which was released in the summer, which has been which is great, which I really, really, really appreciate, and so on. And now I'm working on another book which will be done in the summer as well. So I'm really, really busy because I've been writing for so long, and now everything is being released all together. As I said, I'm on social media, on Instagram. Get me on everything, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, I'm everywhere. But it's been a privilege to be included in so many works and so many anthologies, and I'm also an administrator for POP. So that's one of the greatest honors ever, to be part of the POP administration team. Okay, so what I've decided, because I was asked to give Annette 3 poems, I'm going to read a poem from each of my books, but that's if we've got time in there. Oh, you know, I'll see how we go. So I'm going to read from this book, which is which actually I got the chance to do a second edition of my debut book, which was great. So that was fantastic. So I actually added some new poems, and Annette actually coined the term for me called the romantic poet. And I want you to tell me if you think this is romantic. So my poem is called Heaven. Embodied kisses mean so much. The warmth of your smile, the warmth of your touch. Your beauty slips, drips, weeps, sweet nectar of gold, warms this old heart of mine, once cold and dry. You polluted me with this drug, with every heartbeat. You injected every vein. I slipped inside the illusion. I slipped inside the pain. Now and then I go back and relive the good times again and again. For a moment, I thought it was love. I thought it was heaven. Thank you.
Yes, dear Sarfraz, romantic as always. Yeah.
Thank you, Annette. Thank you. I've got
I
some
even
more
did a
romantic
poem on
ones.
YouTube called The Romantic Poet. He inspired it. So
Bless you. Bless
thank
you.
you, dear. Next up, we have Angie. If you want to unmute yourself, please. And we will be graced by your loveliness. And hi, Angie.
1 second.
There
Right.
you go.
Am I there?
Yeah. Hear you. This is your question. Your question is, would you rather save time or money?
Time. Not interested in money. So, just give me a second. Let me get somewhere quiet. I'm actually in work. No, I'm on the phone. No. Sorry about that. I am actually in work today, but I did not want to miss the opportunity. Okay? Well, I'm Angie from Trinidad and Tobago, from the Caribbean. I don't know if you all know the Caribbean. You hearing me? I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, right. It's good now. I can hear. Yes. So I'm from the Caribbean. I'm so happy to be here. I only recently started writing about a year ago. So I'm truly honored to be in a group with so many esteemed poets who have been writing for so many years with so many books and stuff. I've been published in a few anthologies, but I have not published any of my personal books as yet. Right? I have a poem ready. I don't know if you want me to start reading it or you want to know more about me. Miss Anna? Shall I start reading the poem? Okay.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to respond to somebody. Yes, please read your poem. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay. Here it goes. Weakness is a luxury. Strength is a gift, offered up through the struggles endured, experiences played on life's stage, feeling of insecurities, doubt pervading our system, the what ifs, and I can't, later, not now, unaware of the excitement, the intrigue of what can happen next. Despair tangles your thoughts and actions, blocking the present with memories of time gone by. The safe zone, untouched in its time capsule, struck in time, reminiscent in constant replay, spiraling in the vortex, reeling with the gravity of it all. Specks of light, maybe I could, maybe I'll try. Words of encouragement filters through. Hope, do I dare hope? Expanding light shines inwards, a flash of a dream, a thought, visions of possibilities. It will, I can, I hear it now, creeping, crawling, climbing through the entangled webs of doubt that feeds my weakness. Rays of hope, excitement of venturing in the new, courses through my body, escalating into a sunshine of a smile for my newfound gift of strength. Thank you.
It's beautiful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Everybody has such wonderful poetry. I'm humbled in your presence. Mine probably pales much in comparison. Next, we have Gul. Is that how you pronounce your name, dear sir? If you want to unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, it is Gul. The way you pronounce it is correct.
Gul. Okay, thank you. So glad that you could join us today, sir. Thank you for gracing us with your
So,
presence.
being a Muslim, I'll start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and good evening to all of you.
I want to give
Uh,
you your question. This is your question.
yeah.
If you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
Could you please repeat? I couldn't hear properly.
If you could solve one world problem, what would it
Yes.
be?
If I could, and if I can solve, that will be universal peace. I want all the human brothers and sisters together on one platform. I respect all the religions, all the cultures, black, white, all are the children of one Adam and Eve. So I love the humanity, and my book it says, love the human. So it is for everyone, it's for all. So that if I can, what else do I want? That's all.
Go ahead and tell us about you, sir, and recite your poem. Thank you so much. That was a great answer.
Yeah, my briefly just introduction is I'm an English teacher and I'm writing English poetry and Pashto poetry, my mother tongue, and Urdu poetry for the last 32 years. I'm a Toastmaster also. I'm a member of Toastmaster International, and I have been one of my Pashto book published when I was a college student, only 18 years old, and then 5 years ago my English book it was published in Dubai. Even copies of these books are in the British Council, Dubai. So the name is Love the Humans. Just looking to this time constraints, I'll recite my first poem. The title is Passions. Passions. Patience is wisdom, its light. Patience is wisdom, its light. Stay cool and see the might. Patience can do, patience can bring. If you have it, yes, everything. It's not simply the ability to wait. It's not simply the ability to wait, but the behavior how to wait. It could be a true love sign. It could be a true love sign with your skills to put them aligned. Could be an element of attainment, and the other side is entertainment. Don't we notice how passions is God all the time? Don't we notice how passion is God all the time? So it is not something common, but it is prime, as it is adjusting our time to God's time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed that very much. Thank you, sir. Next we have up, and forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Izibetome? Izibetome? If you want to pronounce your name correctly, that would be wonderful as well. Can you unmute yourself, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon from here in Nigeria.
I have to give you your question. Here's your question. Would you rather not have arms or legs? Would you rather not have arms or legs, and why?
I would rather not have legs because I'm a writer and I need to make use of my hands. So I would rather not have legs. Thank you. All right, Izibetome, like you mentioned it right, a young Nigerian. I studied computer science, but found myself in the literary field. Although I wanted to study law, but literature, I couldn't make it during my secondary school days rather. But I'm so happy that today I'm a writer. I started writing at age 16, and by God's grace, I was able to publish at age 24. That was 9 years back. And I've been able to publish 3 books. This is my recent book, Echoes of Sanity. Yeah, it talks about bringing sanity to the world. All right. My first poem here, the title of my first poem here is I Sip My Alcohol. I got inspired to write this poem when I was retrospecting of my pains. I said, let me put this down. I read it to you now. I sip my alcohol, that my every pain overhaul. That tears stream my eyes, no longer bubbles but dries. That stress flees like bees, hunted out of peace. I sip my alcohol, so my ears hear no call of devouring sorrow, stocked in veins of the morrow. Let me this relief, all my life I eat grief. I sip my alcohol, man's plights always stand and strangulate and overtly regulate to make shame a fame and engulf positivity flame. I sip my alcohol that nobody in my hand will fall, that sleep keeps me awake in the thought that I can bake a cake in the soonest time, that he with troubles does no crime. I sip my alcohol. Let grief be far from me, and when pains extol, flames of goodness I shall see. I sip my alcohol. Depression clamps me in a hole. Although I wake up to reality's knock with overgrown, unshaven dreadlocks, I sip my alcohol, buying time in the mall, and maybe in stupor shall troubles into the sea pour. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Okay, next on our lineup, we have the lovely Jill. Where'd you go, Jill? There you are. And I'm hoping that she is going to share a song with us. She's a songwriter. Can you go ahead and unmute yourself, darling?
Hi, I have. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good.
So this is your question.
Okay. Fire away.
Would you rather explore space or the ocean?
The ocean. Any day the ocean. I love the sea. As you well know, Annette, I'm a daughter. So it has to be the ocean, of course. Okay?
Thank you, darling. You go ahead and introduce yourself and grace us with your lovely work.
Oh, Jill Tait, and I live about 8 to 10 mile away from Scotland, but I am in England, so I am an English rose. If you want to call me a rose, you can. And I have got a book called Jill's Tales, which was published just before Christmas, and it's all about Jill, of course, and her family. 3 daughters, 3 granddaughters, all about Jill and her life. But I'm going to sing for you Mysterious Maiden. Okay? So I'm going to try to sing. I can't really sing, but I'm going to attempt it. Mysterious Maiden. She strolls amidst moon shadows in that stillness of the night, clandestinely captivated by an old familiar sight. While she wanders in bewilderment with an ambience in the air, there's a wispiness of threads and shreds finely thrown through her golden hair. Mysterious maiden, well, I can see you in my dreams. You are tantalizing and teasing me betwixt your magical potion. Oh, pretty lady, running ripples from your streams, floating on forevermore, all the way down to the ocean. So I follow from those footprints. When she skipped upon the silky sand, she was listening to that ocean with a seashell in her hand. And as her beauty was bewitching every stranger on that shore, she moved with some uncertainty on that seaweed scattered floor. Mysterious maiden, well, I can see you in my dreams. You are tantalizing and teasing me betwixt your magical potion. Oh, pretty lady, running ripples from your streams, floating on forevermore, all the way down to the ocean. Nowadays, my mysterious maiden looks for no reason or rhyme. When we met upon that briny beach around that same time, and she still likes to tread her wanderings upon that sinking sand. But I am right there beside her as we are walking hand in hand, and we watch that tidal movement of the turning of the tide. Pretty soon we will be married, and I will love my maiden bride. Mysterious maiden, well, I can see you in my dreams. You are tantalizing and teasing me betwixt your magical potion. Oh, pretty lady, running ripples from your streams, floating on forevermore, all the way down to the ocean. There you are. Hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you, Jill. Always a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
appreciate it. I'm not going to read myself a question. I'm going to bypass. So here we go. I guess I play my trump card. So my name is Annette Tarpley. I am from the United States, and I'm the founder of the Passion of Poetry. We now have 21,000 members worldwide, and I'm only but a fraction of the site. It's the rest of the admin and the members that make it what it is. So I am a writer. I'm a poet. I've just been writing prolifically over the last 2 years. I've written a couple books, and I'm in several anthologies, but I'm hoping to be writing another solo book this year. And I'm in the midst of writing my first children's book, which my grandson helped me with. And I'm going to put him as co-author. And I'm going to be writing another one as well. Or I've written it, but we're going to be 2 children's books. My poem is recently written. It's called The Magical Wishing Well. I am a wishing well. My water is deep, cool, and clear. I grant people their wishes. Hundreds flock to me every year. People come to me hoping that I will grant their wish. Some wanting money, others a life full of happiness filled with bliss. Some tossing coins, others dollars into the depths of my well. Some stay for hours as if they are captive of a spell. Some come to talk to me as if they know I can hear. A drunkard passes by. In his brown bag contains a beer. Slurring his words, he says, "Hey, wishing well, give a guy a break. Hardships I've handled. I've had more than I can take. I listen to all their woes. I hear their pleas and cries. Even the hardened criminal who seeks out an alibi. Then comes an innocent child, tossing a coin into my water, skipping away with a smile glowing as she holds the hand of her father. They come to me, the old and the fragile who are blue. I do not grant all wishes, simply a discreet chosen few. Keep tossing me your coins, begging me to release you from your hell. For I am the all-knowing and powerful. I am the magic wishing well." So that is the magic wishing well. Thank you very much. So we're going to start round 2. I know you all came with 3 poems. We're probably only going to have time for one more because there's a lot of people in attendance. So we're starting back to where we came from. And that means Annette Phillip, you are next. If you want to go ahead and recite your next poem. Thank you very much.
Yeah. My next poem is for my mother. Presently, my mother, she has Alzheimer's. And so, but I wrote this poem a while back, but lately I've been thinking about her so much because everybody knows what Alzheimer's like. And for now, she does know my name, but she doesn't really remember a lot. So this is like a dedication for her. Love for a mother. To me, she is as beautiful and sweet as a melodious harp playing on angel strings. She goes the extra mile like any true mother would. Her advice is dead on right. No cliches, innuendos, or I told you so plights. She is truly gentle and warm as a Caribbean summer breeze on a warm twilight night. What would I do without you, mother dear? I can't imagine, for that is something my heart can't bear. You make things so simple, so stress-free, and I have to say you really do care. I need to appreciate you, believe in you, and respect you all the year through. For a mother like you is indeed a unique gem that is truly, truly so rare. You carry yourself with so much flair. You are my queen, my confidant. I love you, oh mother dear. When I was sick, you took care of me like only a mother could. Fed me, clothed me, kept me safe from harm. After God, you are the closest one who embraced me with love. You would risk your life for me, make sacrifices without thinking about the outcome. You are quiet and listen when I talk. Your patience and understanding is unique and spot on. I want to hold you and hug you every day, no matter how old I have become. Mama, I love you to the moon and back. You are my best friend, my confidant. I'm glad God picked you for me. We make such a great team. Through our ups and downs, we still respected each other. Our mother-daughter relationship transcended throughout our lifetime. I love you like no other. I'm so glad you are my mother. Sit. Thank you.
That was a beautiful tribute to your mother. That's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
And next up, Nushine. You are next. And
yes. Hello again, and happy Easter for our friends that are celebrating today. My second poem's title is Attention-Sucking Vampires. My smartphone is really smart, connects me with the world. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, sine qua nons. If I am bored with chats, it entertains me with games. I don't need teachers or a school. Google, Mr. Know-It-All, is just at my fingertips. It even thinks for me, shows me what I like to buy, or reminds me to send birthday wishes. My being a couch potato in front of the telly suits me. My mother is very funny, places garlic on my telephone and telly. Isn't she silly? Thank you.
loved it. Thank you. Thank you for my laugh for today. Very clever. Very clever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Manas. Dear sir.
Yes. This is a poem which I wrote before few days only. One young Ethiopian poet, young boy, he started messaging me, dear poet, please visit my poem. I used to visit his poems and give my response, and he was writing very nicely. Then he went on messaging me and expressed his frustrations that very few people are observing or looking at his poems. To empower him, I wrote this poem. I sent this poem to him first, then I posted it. The title of the poem is Strangers. Stranger. I'm a stranger here. Do not care if you refuse to look at me. I shall continue to roam in your country, traversing the mountains and rivers. My brush doesn't care if you reject my paintings. The color glides every corner, spreading my noise sensuously, leaving its imprint sometime, somewhere. I'm a stranger here. My horse doesn't care or need your comment. Shall go on tapping from this vast granary to that desert, leaving my flavor everywhere. My pen doesn't care what goes on inking each night, refusing to register who came to watch the sweet radiation or not. My poetry shines with blue in the sky. I'm a stranger here. I don't care if someone is coming at the end of the night, searching those promises that earth made before the lightning created this wonderful garden. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear sir. So, I have a little doggy emergency. I have to take my dog out. I'm so sorry. So, I'm going to give you the lineup of the next two people.
Annette, you are frozen. Maybe the next two friends can continue. It seems there is a technical problem, so can other two friends
She sent a
continue?
message. She sent a message. She'll leave and she'll come back on.
She's coming back.
She's
She's coming
on.
back.
She's gonna come back on, yeah.
Maybe Moonshine, you can take over, please.
Do we know who was next? Do we know who was next in line?
Can I be the next one?
Annette said she's going to have to make another link.
Oh,
right. So,
I mean, somebody can go on still. I mean, who was next?
Who is next?
Can I go next?
Yes,
I don't know who's
I would like
next.
Mildred. Mildred, you can go next.
Okay,
Mildred?
this is just this is just short actually. The title is Never Give Up. Okay, never give up. Okay. Life is kind Shall I begin now? Life is kind of race within yourself. We want to win, so we keep on moving. Never give up, no matter what the strife. The winning is for the sturdy, the brave. No one gives a guarantee that life would be easy. So we toil hard daily, as if endlessly. You must have courage to fight, move on. Forget the weakening of the spirit. Sail on. No one will give you any motivation, as each of us is fighting our own battle. It's a matter of self-reliance, perseverance. Give your best so God will do the rest. So keep on going, my dearest friend. Why not help each other? Lend a hand. Never give up. Never miss a chance. Live life to the fullest before your final rest. Okay, thank you. That was just my poem. Its title is Never Give Up.
Wonderful,
Thank you
wonderful.
very much. Thank you very much.
Uh,
Thank you.
may I read now?
Elizabeth should go next because I think she was around that time.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be reading Through the Darkest Times. When all hope seemed to be lost, I desire love and peace to make life fun. As I tread through vain and pain, I crave for love and peace to make me animate. When I'm mocked, being termed colored, I pray for love to make my life full of color. When my rich heritage is being mocked, I pray for war and conflict to be mocked. I pray that we are united in one love, wishing our several colors mean one people. The world can be a better place for all people if there's much love and peace, even in the darkest time. Thank you.
May I read next? Lakshmi here.
Oh, yes, sure. Continue.
Yes, thank you so much. So the title of my next poem is You Complete Me. With you in my life, every path forward is a blessing. Without your love, I will crumble to oblivion. You ignite the inner spark of truth and bring out that confidence and zeal within me. I shed my outer shell of fear and uncertainty to unleash my true potentials of confidence and power. You grant me the true potential to understand every path taken towards the greater welfare of mankind and peace. Without your divine grace, I would never have learned true love. You teach me that today and every day I seek your constant spark within to connect me with you as one into the endless spaces towards seamless eternity. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to start. Hello, everyone. Welcome again. I'm Susthir and Sarker. I'm going to recite my next poem. Before recite, I want to say something about myself. I have taken the pen out of the responsibility of complete consciousness in the context of the present social reality, moral decay of human, various kind of superstitions, orthodoxy, discriminations, and deceptions. To share my thoughts and feelings with you, I left the leadership below of them in the hands of time. Uh, so, going to my next poem. To be surprised is to be. What are we? Human, nor anything else. In the human shell, really surprising things, surprising questions. It answers to surprise and is always going to be surprised. Some activities are surprising. All uncontrolled biological organs, another name for terrible terror, evil rays emanating from thoughts, burning conscience in that way, slowly, silently. The neurons are being filled with toxic waste. The cry of a hungry or war-wounded child, can it reach in our ears? The message of violence is wordly in the selling of happiness, love, in the fight for existence. What is the divine word but defeat? Silence makes us silent spectators. Is this time dumped or deep or iceless? To be surprised is to be. What are we? Human? Nor anything else in the human shell. Thank you, my child. Behind the scene, my child, only child, whose name was is Shanidya Sarker, 5 years old, and 2 days before we have celebrated his 5th birthday. Please pray for him. Thank you. Thank you again.
Marvelous. Lovely. We all enjoyed you.
Guys,
Who is
can I
next?
go next?
Sarfraz, yes, please. That'd be wonderful.
Hi, Jill.
Love you, Sarfraz.
Love you. Okay, so mine is a very, very small poem, but it's probably the most requested poem ever that I've ever had. It's in the book, that one with Annette, a very small poem. So it's called Arch the Moon. If you were to say yes, if you were to say it was true, then I would serenade under the stars, bring the moon to you. I would take your hand the way the lovers do. I would arch the moon. I would do it for you. Thank you.
So
Ever Mr.
romantic.
Romantic.
So romantic, but the most
And you're so
requested one.
cute.
Thank
You're
you,
so cute.
Mildred.
Lovely.
No, this one I've only read out a few times, but I get so many requests for it because I think people are loving it. So thank you guys. Thank you. Love you all.
Beautiful.
You're doing a great job. Love you.
Have we got somebody to follow Sarfraz? Would anybody like to do that?
I don't know.
Can I
Who's
read?
next?
Yes, you
Can I do? So?
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Please do.
so yeah, once again, thank you very much for having me here. And I'm so thankful that we are all here to share our poetry. Now, today here in the Philippines, it's Sunday and it's Easter Sunday. So I would like to recite a poem, and this is a poem entitled "Consider the Lilies." "Consider the Lilies" is my favorite hymn, and I'm going to share what I wrote about it. This is in haiku poetry. Lilies of the fields, oh how they grow in God's lovely spring. Sunlight kisses them by day, they know not, but they in harmony sing. The moonlight hugs them by night, they find not, but they bow in thanksgiving. What fair bright smiles, clothed, arrayed in spotless white, crowned more than the kings. God watches the fields, he rejoices with the air, the rainfall he brings. From his own image, he lovely created man, a perfect being. Oh, dearly, the man, beloved beyond the lilies, beyond anything. So, thank you so much, and I would like to greet each one of you a happy Easter.
Thank you.
Happy
Can we
Easter.
continue with Mr. Gul? He's in hurry a little bit. Yes, Mr. Bhakti Gul.
Yeah. First of all, I'll sorry all those who are in Easter. So accept my best wishes and congratulations. This is except for me. I have to break my fast after 5 minutes. That's why. So sorry, huh? So I have to read my second poem. It is a short one. It is. I need you to be like me. It's a pure romantic poem and something straight away. All of you listen to me. Sorry. I need you to be like me. If you want me to dream about thee, if you want me to dream about thee, have you ever dreamt about me? If you want to dwell in my eyes, have you given me a space in thy? If you want to dwell in my eyes, have you given a space in thy? If you want me to sing you a song, of course I'll, if you can come along. If you love your prayers written with my pen, if you love your prayers written with my pen, are you ready to elope with me to that glen? If all your answers are yes, then I'm here to sacrifice my spirit and soul. It's the slogan of true love, not a hyperbole. That's all.
Wonderful.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
Bhakti
much.
Gul. That's very nice.
Thank you
Can
very
we
much.
continue with Izibetome, Olias? Have you?
Yeah, and then I'm
Please.
really sorry. I will join you maybe after 10, 15 minutes. I'll break my fast. I'll join you back. Okay.
That's lovely. We are also, it's the Ramadan in this kind of world. In
I
this
guess it's
part.
almost
I'll
done.
join you back. I'm really
Enjoy your
enjoying. So I'm
iftar.
just eating something. I'll be back with you.
Yes.
Sarfraz.
Enjoy.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Izibetome.
All right, thank you so much. I'll be reciting my second poem, We Will Win. It's just about the W letters. I recite now. Once wind, woven with wax, one within weaves, woman wears wrinkles. Would we win? Winter's weather rests us, will with war, whilst wretch watches. Would we win? Where would we wear wrappers woven with wealth? Why? We wet, wrapped weird. Win? Would we win? War's wings sweep, weary woes, woman, we wet, wrapped weird. When will war wither, world without whisking? Well, whilst war rots, we with will, willfully wagging, we will win. Thank you.
Thank you, Izibetome. Could you please mute your microphones because it's echoing? And could you
All right.
please raise your hands if you haven't recited your poem, the second turn? Yes, Anjani, could you please go ahead and recite your second poem?
Okay. Good. Can you hear me? Good.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Good. This one is called Lead. It's very short. Lead. I will show you the way. Take a stand. Show what you know. Use your natural abilities to expound your knowledge. The world needs it now. Dream. Make it into 3D visual that appeals to the majority. Awaken the senses through art, music, craft, paintings, writings, sports, gardening, or business. Start. I am with you. Have faith in me. Faith in me is faith in you. Listen. I am in you. Listen and I will answer your questions. Have no fear. I am here. Message from your soul. The end. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjani. And now I would like to invite Faisal Emon, please. Can you unmute, Faisal? Thank you.
I'm hearing you.
Yes, we hear you too.
Okay, I would like to recite my second poem. The title of this poem, A Gospel to Love. In fact, this is everybody, we are just talking about love, but in love, what is found? Let's see. So I'm reciting. Darling, I am tied and numbed to you with a strong neuron. Of course, to view my recent love activities I'm devoted to. There I found a streaking, muffled hue, all because I was disobeying my love like a healthy but chained dove. I saw you colored, dejected, typified, beauty, too scarred to be simplified, warm, bathed, reigned by your fondle, as I am over and over to becoming a scoundrel, fee, freakish to the self-enticing, go drowned by love teasing, go rosy, live easy, loving crazy, love pious, falsified, how dizzy, a great angel for passion to fish, what a play is still left to unleash, enough, not by fail to hug, a cheat chronicle, aha, to bug. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Faisal. Is there any friend that who hasn't recited the second time? Yes, Jill, I see you. And now,
well, I can
let's
either
go back.
read, or I
Yes,
can either
please,
read Old Lady
Jill.
Madonna, or I can sing it. It's entirely up to what you want. Would you like me to read it or sing it?
Please sing
Well,
it.
All right.
please sing
Sarah,
it.
Sarfraz, I heard you there. Okay,
Very good.
Old Lady Madonna.
Yes.
I can't sing, I'll just try. Oh, wonderful woman, you have got me in your spell, said the man sitting next to her who didn't know her well. You are blessed with a brilliance of sincerity, I can tell. He was spiraling and spinning in disguise from a demoiselle. But this beautiful lady oozed charm and finesse as she sat snugly in her satin skin with that red slinky dress. She was just a Jezebel, seducing to impress, as her stimulating chitter-chatter captured men in her caress. So yet another spider with a fly stuck in her silky web. He was flowing like the ocean on the lulling of the ebb. Yet how could any man resist this wondrous wicked witch, as she sewed so seductively each and every subtle stitch? Oh, Lady Madonna, you may love to live your lies, whilst wooing your witchcraft with your wicked glamour eyes. But trust me, pretty lady, you will live to rue the day when you're left on that lonely shelf after your beauty fades away. Well, she tantalized and teased betwixt her act of romance within another foolhardy, flirtatious dance, as she entwined her naked arms around his neck with elegance. He was caught up hook, line, and sinker amidst this moment of happenstance. Oh, Lady Madonna, you may love to live your lies, whilst wooing your witchcraft with your wicked glamour eyes. But trust me, pretty lady, you will live to rue the day when you're left on that lonely shelf after your beauty fades away. When you're left on that lonely shelf after your beauty fades away. Thank you.
Well, what a great talent
Thank-
you have, Jill.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
Jill.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Congratulations. It seems that we all covered the second term. And so I suppose that on behalf of Annette, I would like to thank to all of you. It was lovely to be with you from all over the world, from, I think apart from Australia, we are from all other continents. It is nice. And the passion of poetry brings us together. Let's stay together. Let's pray together for the peace in the world, for the happiness in the world, for the sisterhood and brotherhood in the world. Thank you to you all. And let's meet in another meeting with lovely poems of yours. Thank you. And I congratulate every single of you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Very,
you.
very well done, Muhsine.
Bye.
Very, very
Bye.
well done.
Happy Easter.
Thank you.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Yes,
Happy holidays.
it's a great moment
Thank you.
to see
Thank
all of
you.
you
Bye.
in the
Bye-bye.
Bye,
platform.
guys.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
And see
Congratulations
you
to
all.
everyone.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Faisal. Goodbye,
Thank you.
Izibetome.
Goodbye.
And yes, thank you. Thank you.
Mhm. আমেরিকা আমেরিকা থেকে সবাই কানেক্ট করছে, বাংলাদেশ, ফিলিপাইন, অস্ট্রেলিয়া, ইন্ডিয়া, পাকিস্তান, 27,000 আছে এটার মধ্যে জড়িত। মানে বলে এটা একটা প্রোফাইল ভারী করা, বুঝছেন? তিনটা দিতে বসে, আমি দিছি, এন থেকে আমি পড়া শুনেছি।